up to this week? Well, some bits turned up. Yes, so finally a pulse width modulator turned up. And you're going to see me fit it. We're going to see the end result. And I also fitted that shorter thermal well that I can't remember ordering now, that's been so long. That's now fitted as well, so you'll see that after I've fitted it. It's just bolt back in. And a quick check of how this pulse width modulator works, and then we'll go from there. Right, not much on the brew front this week. Just going to dry hop the rust bucket clone, so that's all that's going to happen this week. Bottling it, kegging it, probably Sunday, maybe even Saturday. We'll see how it goes. Then I'm going to brew over the Easter weekend. Not sure which day. It's not going to be Sunday. It'll probably be the Monday. Yeah, probably be the Monday, Easter Monday. Get that done. Don't know what I'm going to do. Might have a go with a wheat. Yes, wheat beer. I think I'll have a go at that. I think I'll go with the raspberry wheat. So I've got some stuff, some greens and some hops that I can use for that. I'm not sure what hops you use. I'll have to look up the old book. But anyway, that's what's going to happen next week. I'll take some footage and I'll show you then. But this week we'll have a look at me fitting the modulator. You don't see much, but sorry, as you do want to get it done. But see you in a bit. Right, I'm gonna place this unit, the pulse width modulator that I've been waiting for donkey's ages. One's from China, didn't turn up, but this one I think I ordered from either UK or Netherlands, and it's turned up within a week. About bloody time. Right, so yes, decided the only best place I can put it is here without too much modification. So I'm going to drill a hole big enough for this and for this. Focus, and there's a little tab there, if you can see, just by my finger to stop it rotating, with a file, and we'll wire it up and we'll test. Thermal well, that's going to go in the HLT to get rid of the brass one, and the brass one doesn't stick into the pot well enough. This is perfect. In fact, this may get swapped out to the boil pot, thinking on it, and I'll switch the other one to the HLT. And then this is my contactor for the 5.5 kilowatt element, 40 amps, so it'll be more than powerful enough to take the 23 amps. So let's get started. Right, we have the dial mounted, so we can turn it on. It's down to 0, but once you start, it brings the light on. Full power. Down. Now you see the SSR light is on, even though the LED went out. That's the way I have it wired. You turn that, you can see it brightens up, goes down. Now I don't know whether all that's doing is dimming power, but it might be doing something, and we all know what that means. We're going to have to do a boil run. Right, turn that off, turn that off. Right, back in a minute, got a bit more wiring to do. Okay, now we have contactor in, So we go from the board, buzz bar to the top of the contactor, out the bottom to the, get in there, SSR there, which is also connected up to the pulse width modulator. So when power comes on, the contactor comes on, and rather than having it sitting live all the time, it only comes live when this contactor is on. So there is, when you hit the emergency stop, it stops, it cuts out rather than just staying live. So the whole board will now go dead, which is perfect. I think I'm going to have to buy some new wire and do this properly, because it's a mess. What do you think? Do you think it's a mess in there? Yeah, right, back in a minute. Right, as you can see, new probe in, or thermal well. No leaks, good start. As you can see, we've got half a pot of water, and it is starting to heat. So we are still having PID issues. That's saying 38. 25. These were both saying 13. I was saying 23, and that's the temperature in here. After I put a bit of heat on, so 16 degrees. Cheap PIDs are a load of pish. So, waiting for that, and then we're going to use that and see if it does anything. Hopefully it does. We'll have to see. We'll catch you in a bit. Right, as you can see, we've got a nice good vigorous boil. Took a while, had to put the lid on. Definitely going to have to insulate because I'm losing too much heat. So, time will tell. Right, we've got vigorous, nice rolling boil, as you can see. I'm going to turn it down to 50. Oh, you're steaming up. Get you back. Still too vigorous. It's down to 30%. Still looks very vigorous to me. Now it's down to like 25%. I think the variable on this is not. Let's cut it off. That's back on. Done bugger all. Basically. I don't think it's done anything. Whack it up fold again. Nah, it looks the same to me. Doing nothing. Back to the drawing board, I think. That was a waste of a tenner. Actually, I even think it slowed it down to get to a boil. That should be a rolling simmer now. I don't think it'll control the water that much. Nah, I don't think that's doing anything. Still the same. What do you guys think? I don't think that's done anything, has it? It's just continually rolling a boil. Very vigorous. You can imagine what it's going to be like with a war. I just turns it off. When I get down, as you can see, it's turned it off. Just turned it a little bit. Hopefully none of the others turn up, because that'll be a waste of freaking time. I think all that does is just control the amount of voltage, making it from very dim to very bright. Unless there's something I've seen a couple of people say there's a capacitor or something you change on one of them. I don't know. I've got another thing coming, hopefully, well, if it ever turns up. But I think that's a no, that doesn't work. So I made a nice big hole, nice wee hole in my panel for nothing. Lovely. Right. It's enough looking at water boil. So we saw what the pulse width modulator did. Absolutely. Yeah, that. Bugger all. So, that was a waste of a tenner. I'm sure, I think somebody on a forum or I've seen somewhere there's a capacitor you change on those. Beyond me, I could do it, but I can't be arsed. So I'm hoping the other dimmer version will work. Now that one's going to be a bit more awkward to fit. It's not going to be able to go in the same spot that one is in. That one's going to have to go somewhere else. Bugger. Not sure where at the moment. If it turns up. It's on the old slow boat again, so that could be another 2, well, it's been 3 weeks. That could, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. That could be another 2 months. Even though I did pay a higher postage. I can't see it turning up anytime soon. So it's going to be buggering about with turning it on and off and adjusting things again. So this is coming a bit of a pain. Gas, you could just turn it down, but there you go. There is one third and final item that I can use, and I think it would work. It's a PID with that built into it with a temperature gauge. So yeah, I can only get it in Australia for some reason. So postage ain't too bad, but it'd probably take a while. Probably cost about €50. But if it works, I've seen other people using these pulse width modulators, and I don't know what they're doing to them or how they're getting them to work, but somebody should be able to, somebody out there might know what is going on. I know you use 2 elements, and that you just turn off one. You keep a slight boil. Don't want to go down that route, 2 elements. It gets messy, and I can't be arsed. I'll go back to gas before I do that. So, what's this week's beverage? Can you guess what it is yet? Coffee. Anyway, no beverages today. Well, there might be. So yeah, bit of a disaster. At least I got the contactor fitted, which leaves the panel a bit more safer now, and the new thermal well, which is shorter. So big bummer and some pluses. So that's it for this week. Coffee, yeah, I know. And I'll see you next week. Well, we'll actually have some brew footage for a change. Right, cheers.